Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Hello?
Hi.
Was that it? Good morning, and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show. I was waiting for John Rehnquist to say, and now Sandy Kastel. That was weird.
Oh, I'm not hooked up.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Somebody pulled my plug.
Ah, well, there you go.
Yeah, sure.
Wow. Somebody pulled your plug. I can't believe that.
I think it was John. I think it was the cameraman. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Sandy Kastel and friends, State Street and Postcards.
Good morning. Well, it is cold out here, Michael.
No, it wasn't. I was swimming this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I dove into the pool.
Swimming, you have thick skin.
That's right, I do. I'm Italian. It's all that Italian olive oil.
Oh my gosh! Listen.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because the TV show is going to be airing this Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. on ILTV.
That's wonderful. I'll be sure. I'll be sure to oversleep.
I bet you will. And then we're also going to be on Keen TV on Saturday at 12 p.m. So we've got a lot of stations that they've got it on too.
Yes.
So everybody's going to see the show and be able to watch you prepare that great Thanksgiving breakfast and dinner. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, that was great. You know, I got to tell you, we had a big dinner Friday, and Jimmy Massey from Hair Raisers came over for dinner, and I made a real Italian meal with some beautiful, crabs, the crabbed lobster. I made it because there's a thing called frutta di mare. Now, frutta di mare in Italian means fruit of the sea. That's exactly what that means. Frutta di mare. Di mare means sea, you know what I mean? And Jimmy sat down, and Dr. Perry was there, Diana, everybody, our attorney Neil Cavaneris. We had such a great time. And Jimmy sat down. He said, "Mike, I got to go for another dish of pasta." And it was such a great honor to have that man come down and sit down and eat. And we had just a good time. And we're very, very excited because we're just having a great time. And I feel good. It's Monday morning, but you're right, Sandy. It is freezing outside, and I wore my coat. So grab your coat and grab your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet on the what?
I know, on the sunny side of the street, which I've got to mention, we are so fortunate in Las Vegas because even throughout the winter months, which we are definitely in winter now.
Yes, we are.
We get sunshine like today.
Yes.
It is absolutely beautiful outside, and the sun is gorgeous.
You know, my father would say to me this morning, God rest his soul, I said, "Papa, is it cold outside?" He would say, "Mike, you got soffrida. You got soffrida." And soffrida in Italian means freezing. And he would say, "Mamma mia, is it cold outside?" You know, it's the weather out night is nightful. What the hell did I just say? The nightful. Nightful. What's nightful? You know, we got somebody on Skype. We're excited. We got a great show today.
You got the Swami.
Swami, how I love you. How I love you. Is that who I'm?
Swami Tirtha.
Swami Tirtha. Hiya, buddy.
How you doing, Chef Michael?
Hey, my man. You know, I took a look of the Skype because, unfortunately, I'm looking at the camera. We cannot see you, but you can see us, right?
No, he can't see us either.
Oh, you can't see us? I thought you could see.
Can.
Yes, he can. Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing, Swam?
We've got our camera, a little camera turned around so you can see us.
Right.
But we can't see you.
We can't see you. But, you know, I was looking at you, and you resemble our cameraman, John Stiles. You know what I mean? But, you know, I got to say something to our engineer. He's pretty good because he's quick with all these little flares and laughter and stuff like that. And do not ask me for a raise, son, because you're not getting it.
Well, you know what's funny is the Swami created this new book. He has a new book out, and it's for the stress-free college student.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But yet, he has so many other books out. He has spoken to the White House Commission of let me see if I can say this right, Complementary and Alternative Medicine Policy, is the author of the Amazon #1 bestseller,
How do you like
The
that?
Ayurveda Encyclopedia.
Oh, my God.
There are 30,000 copies in print.
Wow.
And he's a breakthrough expert helping colleges and companies dissolve stress and achieve goals. The Swami has been sharing wellness and consciousness success solutions for the past 4 decades.
No, you
4.
can't. Not 4.
Yeah,
Wow.
and his new book, The Stress-Free College Student, is listed on Bryant University's Pinterest Books Worth Reading. That's their page, alongside their list of 50 books that change the world.
You're kidding me. You know, when I was in
Oh, my
college,
gosh.
Swami, I read a book called
That's a big deal.
Yeah, when I was in college, and I did my thesis, and I took, and it said the proper way of taking Quaaludes. And I'm going back at least 35, 40 years
There's
ago.
a comedian in every room,
There
right?
is, and I am a comic, and I'm proud to be a funny guy. Funny how? Like I make
He
you
is
look like
a
a
funny
clown?
guy.
Oh, forget about it.
Forget about it. So, welcome to the show today, Swami. And you know, I do have to ask you a question though, because I'm a little ignorant about something, and I just want to ask it so that I know.
Sure.
It says it's the spelling of it, and so is there a different pronunciation? And it's because on one place it says Swami, Swami, and then it says Swamiji.
Right. Swami is actually a title. Swamiji is more of an informal way of talking to somebody. It's like instead of saying mother, you say mommy. You know,
Oh.
It's just a less formal.
See, I learned something because I had never seen that before. So,
Really?
see, yeah. But so then, but we would call you Swami, right?
Either way.
Yeah,
Either way.
because it's
Yeah,
more
sure.
formal, because it's an interview, and you're not my mommy. And
There's a comedian in every room there, Swami. I'm trying to say to you.
Right about.
Oh, boy. We got to get it. This
So, all
book
right.
is exciting, yes.
I know. Now, did you know that Chef Michael is a chef?
Yeah, how exciting.
I thought I had a guess. You know, my intuition said when I saw the word chef in front of his name, my intuition said he's probably cooking something there.
Now,
You know what's funny, Swam? People like to use that word very loosely. I'm serious. They say chef. You know what I mean? And and it's nice to have a title like that. You know, it's like saying doctor. But
Yeah.
most people out there that we use the word chef, they're more paramedics, not a surgeon. You know what I mean? When you say chef, that's a pretty heavy word to say chef. And I've been blessed, you know, when they say, well, like a karate guy, what level are you? You know, when you become a 5-star, like myself, 5-star, which is a great honor for me. But I specialize in one kind of food, and that's strictly Italian food.
do you eat Italian food?
I eat vegetarian Italian food. Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's what I was
I
wondering.
love Italian food.
Yeah.
Well, he can't
So
have like a
now-
lasagna. He can't have the meat, but
No,
you can
but he
make
can
it
put vegetables.
vegetables,
Yeah.
spinach,
Right.
lasagna. I'm sure you had that, haven't you?
Yeah, mozzarella.
Jesus. This is the
Ricotta.
meats. Yeah.
Right. And then what do you do for the meatballs? Do you have like tofu meatballs?
You could do that. Yeah, I generally just go with the cheese and the pasta and the vegetables.
And you know they have tofu that is actually looks like ground beef.
You know, I never
You know,
did that.
and you
I
can-
never did that.
Seriously,
but I'm
I've
going to try
used
that
it.
just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
is,
try it.
and you can use it. So and it's for particularly for things like that, so that you can use it in the dishes that we are familiar with, so that we can. But you are using tofu.
Right,
Yeah.
Now, Swam, I got to ask you a question. Being a vegetarian, right?
Sure.
No chicken, no meat, right?
Not me personally. I'm not I don't really feel comfortable eating animals.
All right, what about an egg?
That's a potential animal.
All right, so if I cook something with eggs in it, like a meat, because you got to have the egg to hold
You
it
can't have
together.
egg drop soup.
You can't have chicken egg drop soup, none of that stuff, right?
Well, they have some very nice egg replacer. There's something called egg replacer.
That's
I
right.
think is
Okay.
something I use.
That's
All right,
right.
I stand
Yeah.
corrected. Thank
And
you,
I-
Swami.
and I've used
And
that.
actually, there are some friends of mine are vegans, which mean they don't even eat. I don't know what that means. It's more extreme than what I do. And they actually have a way of making cake even lighter with raw foods than even the egg replacer. It's quite amazing, quite tasty.
You know, there was a book that was out called Fit for Life.
That sounds familiar.
And I'm not a book reader. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? But I do. I read books from time to time. But I'm not an avid book reader.
He falls asleep.
Fall asleep. But the bottom
That's
line
your
is
meditation
it's called Fit.
Yes, for him it is.
Right,
Yes.
it's called Fit for Life. So anyway, my friend says, why don't you read this book, Mike? And I guarantee you'll never eat another piece of steak for the rest of your life. Well, anyway, I read this book. And, you know, human beings were not made to eat meat. Our teeth. We were made to eat fish and berries and nuts and fruit. So I went on a diet. And I'm not one for fruit in the morning, Swam. I can't do it.
Okay. Sure.
But yet for the whole week, I got up in the morning and nothing but fruit. I got to tell you something. I dropped 21 pounds in 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, you know. But when you're Italian, though, you know, like me, we were raised on, like some people, like, would turn around, you know, like your family would give you, like, milk. My father would put wine in a bottle. And when I was 6, I was lost for 9 days. They couldn't find me. I was Atlantic City. I lived in Philly. I lost my way.
So, all right. So what is your favorite Italian dish, even if it is vegan?
Well, I pizza, vegetarian pizza. I love, you know, I never met a pizza I didn't like. I used to tell people, you know, with respect to Will Rogers, and a vegetarian eggplant parmesan is really good.
My God! Well, you know, Swami, I'm going to give you a recipe right now.
I love eggplant parmesan.
Yeah, that's delicious.
My gosh,
that's what I'm making Saturday for this big party.
What are you doing wearing a coat inside the studio, Michael? I just got to ask you.
So, how do you like this coat, Swam? Is it nice?
I'm trying to let everybody know it's cold.
I'm taking my coat off. Thank you very much. Okay, here's my recipe, ladies and gentlemen, for Neapolitan pizza. Okay, John, grab this coat for me, please. That's my camera.
Grab your coat.
Don't throw it on the floor, buddy. It's cashmere. All right. Neapolitan pizza. You make now. What you can do, you can go to Smith's because that's one of our big sponsors, and they got bread dough there, which is pizza dough. It's the same thing. You get your dough and you roll it out. Cut up a nice Jersey tomato, a nice red tomato, 2 of them. Slice it up real nice. Get yourself Italian olive oil. Rub it on the pizza. Fresh garlic.
Yes.
Mortadella. Not mortadella. Mozzarella, which is the pizza cheese. Okay. Parsley, tomato, oregano, fresh garlic around it, and bake it in the oven. It's a white Neapolitan pizza. I'm telling you something, Swam. You go out of your mind. It is absolutely to die for.
Can we have one of those tonight? That sounds good.
You know, nobody makes them. They always people get a pizza.
They always put the sauce on it.
And Sandy and I are opening up and Alex Yanko, and you know, we're working on it. We're opening up a supper club.
Yeah.
And we're very, very excited about it. And that's, you know, one of the dishes that I'm going to make is to put something in this restaurant that a lot of other restaurants don't do. Because people open a restaurant and they pray to God that somebody comes in to buy a meatball sandwich, and what happens is 5 months down the line they shut their doors.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And they want to knock your brains out with prices. Because today people are looking for bargains, and everybody's looking for a bargain today. You know, I went to Goodwill a couple days ago, look for a bowl. I got to tell you, the line was out the door.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at people. People are looking to buy, you know, some stuff. Yeah. Everybody's looking for good deals, you know.
Well, it's the holidays, too.
It's the holiday season. Come on, Swam, sing with me, buddy. Me and you, pal, we can have a duet.
If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
Oh,
and we've got Swami Tirtha here with us today. So we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Call in 731-1230. Swami's got something to tell you. You better pick up the phone, everybody.
This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Good morning and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. We have Swami Tirtha here on the phone with us. Actually, he's on Skype with us.
Yeah, baby.
So this afternoon on YouTube, everyone will be able to see him talking with us. We just can't see him now, but he can see us. So, Swami, tell us about your brand new book.
Sure, absolutely. It's called The Stress-Free College Student. And what happened was I started to do some research. I'm holding up the book, by the way, so folks can see the cover. And I found out that there's research out there that the 80% or more of college students have depression or anxiety, and 50% of students are dropping out of college. And that's epidemic proportions.
Yeah.
The good news, Sandy, is that it doesn't have to be that way. there's all sorts of natural tips that students can do to melt their stress away. Sometimes some of these tips even in a minute. Some of them involve a little longer eating healthy, and maybe Chef Michael will write a book of recipes, healthy recipes for the college students.
That's a great idea. I love that idea.
You know, Swami, Sandy and I did a show called Shopping at Smith's. Shopping at Smith's. You can go on YouTube. It's viral. Everybody watches it, and they watch it all the time. And you can do it yourself. I made 5 different dishes. Italian dishes. You're talking about stress relief. Everything, all the spices was salt, pepper, parsley, garlic. And the reason why I made it so simple is because these cooking shows today, they are phenomenal on television, but they're too complicating. People don't cook like that at home. It's nice to watch, but it's just terrible. So I made something very, very easy for people to cook and see, just to let you know.
That's great. I cook for myself, and I make a 10-minute meal. Rice, beans, vegetables, cooks up in 10 minutes, and it cleans up, and you're done within 15 minutes. You can eat and clean, and it's wholesome, nutritious, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, you know what? I have a lot of friends that are vegetarian, and you're right. There are different levels of vegan, vegetarian, and they do different things. But my girlfriends, they do a lot of Indian dishes because a lot of the Indian dishes have a lot of the vegetables, and I guess they're they use that, so that they're getting, because also everybody needs to get protein.
Right, and when you have a rice and bean together, it makes a complete, you get all your 8 essential amino acids.
That's right.
And then the Indian spices, well, all the spices really, if you study them, they're all medicinal. Like turmeric is a staple in Indian food, and now there's all this research how turmeric is antioxidant. It's one of the most powerful antioxidants. It's good for just about everything.
That's Swami, I went to a bikini party for Indian women. They were all Indian girls. Okay. And there was a bunch of guys sitting at the bar, and this Indian guy's next to me, and he's banging on the table. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it, making a lot of noise. He kept saying, some. We want some. And I said, hey, pal, listen to me. You're making a lot of noise. And secondly, Indians don't say some, they say how. He says, me no how. We want some anyway.
I think that's a different Indian that we're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, we've got Steve on the phone.
Steve, buddy!
Steve.
Oh, this is dropped off.
What happened?
Oh, he dropped off. Swami, tell us a little bit more then, because you said there's some ancient stress management and cutting-edge brain training tools that can help us.
Right. Well, first off, eating healthy, following the ancient Ayurvedic from India, even from China, there's recipes that balance your. When we talk about health, we talk about balance. And if you have too much, it's air, fire, and water, basically. So if you have too much air, you might have dry skin. If you have too much water, you may have congestion. If you have too much fire, you may have heartburn. So it's a very simple system. Just like Chef Michael saying, it doesn't have to be complicated. I've distilled this Ayurveda so anybody can be a master at it in just a few minutes, understanding the process. So if you eat that balances your personal constitution, you give yourself a foundation of health that you give the nutrition and the ability to go to classes and deal with the number one causes of stress for college students is workload, and the second is worries about finances. And then you take that, so now you start the day, you eat your lunch and your dinner, you eat healthy. Now you get into the cutting edge stuff, EEG brain waves, listening to alpha waves or theta waves. And it's like, if you comb your hair with a brush, your hair gets straight. If you listen to these alpha waves or theta waves, it combs your brain waves, so they straighten out. And it just trains, it's like training wheels. It trains your brain to think positive, to stay healthy, to stay calm, to stay clear. So that's one of the cutting edge ways of looking at the brain waves. And now I've just been fortunate enough to find a new technology that we can bridges the gap between research and ancient technologies that shows you when you're in balance, from using foods, from saying mantras, from using brainwaves, aromatherapy, yoga. It's really, we're in that age now, and I can talk more about this later if you're interested.
Yes,
there's a prophecy that science and holism is coming together, and the two will go hand in hand, and we see that happening now. Physicists are starting to prove multiple parallel universes, reincarnation, and all kinds of things. If you've ever seen Morgan Freeman do that show on TV, it's quite fascinating.
Yeah, and the thing that you mentioned, balance, and in life, everything's about balance, because when we're out of balance, when we're doing too much of, and for me, also the yin and yang,
Right.
And the yin is the feminine, but it's not just, doesn't mean, it's not referring to just females. It's the feminine in us, and the yang is the masculine. And when we're doing so many things that are masculine, that are out there in the world, where we're going, and we're not doing enough of that inner stuff, that inner work, that meditation, that exercise, and then what happens is we get out of balance, and that's when we get out of kilter, and then the tiniest little thing is like the straw that broke the camel's back, and then we're all stressed, and then we can't even we can't think straight, and we can't operate properly. So the things that you're teaching the college students, that you're doing for the college students, are so important for us in our daily lives too.
The book says for college students, but these are universal principles.
Exactly.
And I teach this to entrepreneurs as well, because they have extremely stressful lives. Oh, Michael, pick up your head.
Picked up.
I'm saying if you're paying attention, because sex. Let's talk about sex, Ronnie.
He said entrepreneurs.
Let's talk about sex. That's a great stress relief. I'm trying to say, when you think about it, which is nice. What I mean? Like,
that's one of the balances.
It is a balance. They say no one can ever have too much of that. Romance. I like to say romance.
You can have too much of something.
Listen,
yes,
I said to Sandy a couple of days ago, I said, guys don't leave their wives because their girlfriends make a better eggplant parmesan. I never heard any guy say, what happened? I got divorced from my wife. What happened? They said, Mike, my wife can't cook, but my girlfriend, I'm telling you, she makes an eggplant parmesan. Forget about it. I mean, think about it. Nobody leaves their wife or cheats on their wife, because they cook. It's something else that they want, you know what I mean? Because I never heard of anybody leaving their wife or divorcing their wife because she can't cook.
Okay, so how can you talk also about the way that the furniture is arranged for the students? Now, how does that make a difference? What direction the bed is facing, or how the desk is set up? How does that
Sure.
Make
This we get into feng shui.
Yeah.
Which now if you go to the Asian countries, the conglomerates, the multi-million-dollar companies, they pay lots of money to build buildings with the feng shui.
Even here in the States, they do that.
Yeah, in the States, they're doing that because they're catching on. That it's subtle, but it's very profound.
What is a feng shui? What is that?
He doesn't know what feng shui is.
What is that?
Feng shui, it's a design. It's the flow of energy of a structure, or whether it's an office or a building or a factory or a boutique, whatever your bedroom, your dorm room, your living room. And so let's say, Mike, you open your front door, and 2 steps in front of you, there's a wall. So every time you open the door, there's going to be this energetic, get out, and you stay away. But if you open the door and you have a big, wide open veranda, your heart opens up, your spirit opens up, you're looking out through the glass doors, you see your infinity pond. That's feng shui harmony. That's harmony.
Well, that's why when we walk into when we walk into houses, and you walk in, and like he's talking about, if there's a wall right there, and then you're walking down a hall, and there's another wall, and there's another wall, it's like you're stopped.
Right.
Your energy is stopped. But when we walk into a house, and you look out, and you see right through, and like he's talking about the infinity pond, when you see through that, you feel open. And And also, it's also about the energy not getting stagnated in certain parts of the house, too.
Well, in Philadelphia, I was born in South Philadelphia, and the houses were designed like in England, right next to each other. Now, today, we're very fortunate. We live in Canyon Gate, on the 18th hole. We open up the door, and you got acres of people playing golf, and it's beautiful. Me, when I was a kid, we opened the refrigerator. We looked in the refrigerator.
And it was endless.
It was endless. We seen the salami, we seen the provolone, we seen the super sad, and it was like feng shui. It was fantastic because I said to my father, "Look at that provolone." He said, "Boy, ain't that delicious?" And it was like feng shui. It was great.
It's refrigerator feng shui, exactly.
It was nourishment.
You think of when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, everything has to be set up just right for you.
You're right. And I do that today, Swam. I'll open up the refrigerator and Sandy will say, "Mike, nothing grew." But I open it up and I look like maybe I missed something. I'll go into the bottom. I'm serious. I go in the bottom and I look, and everything's exactly the same. I'm saying, but I must miss something. I must open that refrigerator how many times a day, Sandy?
He goes to the store a million times.
Well, when that light comes on, I do a little song. When I hear the light, it's
No, but you're right. And sometimes, we may not know what it is, but and feng shui is relatively new to us, to the Western world. Right. But it's out there, and I've read a lot about it, and I have made changes along. I think I started learning about it in the 80s when I was living in Los Angeles. And it is funny. There's just it's simple things, but they actually get into the structure, like he said, of the building and where certain things are in the house.
Well, what do? We go look at the house.
Which parts of the house are set up for what? Money, for health,
cooking,
entertainment,
rest and peace. Yes, where to have your office.
Right. Yeah. We went out and looked at a house a couple of days ago. We were looking at houses, and I'd say, "Oh, I don't like this place." As soon as you walk in, there's a wall, and then remember we see the wall with.
We did, and when you said that,
right,
Swami,
and I say, "No, I don't want that." We like things that are open. When you're open, you feel good. You actually feel good.
So, but what about now? When you're in college, though, you don't have a lot of options, and if you have two roommates in there, obviously you can't both have your bed in the same location. You can't both have, and there's probably just one desk in the dorms, right? Maybe.
I don't know. I think they each get do
they each get their own desk?
As far as I know, they each get a table, a small table
to work on.
So there are a few things you can do, even in a limited dorm room. The first is to help you sleep better. If you sleep with your pillow to the east or the south, you're going to get a more restful sleep. And so you always have an option. If it can't be the south, it could be the east. And what happens is we're electromagnetic beings, and we're full of water, and the earth has a magnetic poles. And then when our head goes to the south, it allows the energy to be harmonized. You take two norths and magnets, and they repel each other. But you take a north and a south, and they click together.
Right.
So when you get your head south or east, it clicks, and you get in harmony.
Well, it's true. If you kiss a girl, your head's to the right. Or the left. Was it the left? No, to the right. To the right. When I kiss Sandy, it's to the right.
So if one is going to the east and one is going to the west, and they go
no, right? No. Nobody kisses straight on.
Is that the law of attraction?
No, think about it, Swam. Am I right or wrong? I mean, when you kiss somebody, I usually turn to the right.
Yeah, so if you both go to the same side, then you're in trouble. Let me ask John.
John Stiles is a cross-dresser. John, now when you kiss somebody, no, I'm teasing you, Johnny. When you don't you to the right, or was it just me?
Michael. Anyway, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And today we have Swami Tirtha with us, and he's giving us tips for to help college students relieve their stress, which are great tips for all of us that we can use in our lives. So we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Don't leave and call us 731-1230.
Good girl, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
Oh, yes, Swami. So back to the kissing.
We've got Swami Tirtha here with us today, and we're talking about his brand new book, which is it's stress-free. It's called The Stress-Free College Student. And I want to ask you, why should parents and students be concerned about college stress? Why? Swami.
People may not realize, every parent knows their children are stressed at school, but they might not know the research that the students, 80% of the students or more in some cases, are saying they have some degree of anxiety or depression. And that's, I don't remember that, 40 years ago when I was in college, and 50% of the students are dropping out. So a parent, first off, of course, cares for their health and happiness and well-being of their children. And then on top of that, after a year, 2 years, 3 years, they drop out. They've got no job lined up. If they've taken a loan out, student loan, now they've got that thought on top of that. So there's a lot of stress going on. And again, the good news is we can melt this down. When I speak at colleges, I stand up with the students and I get them involved. And they rate their stress. It's an 8 or 7, and I go through a minute of this. One thing I do is something called emotional freedom technique, where you tap the acupuncture points, and in 1 minute they re-rate themselves, and their stresses went from an 8 to a 3 or to a 0.
Is that what you call tapping?
Yes, tapping, exactly right.
Yeah. Can you do that with us right now?
I sure can, yes.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, so think about the number one stress in your life. And be nice, Michael.
I'm trying to think because 40 years when I got married, my tapping.
You don't have to say what it is.
My tapping was a little different than I had to get married. So I did some tapping, and I had to get married at 18.
Okay. So now, listen. All right. So think about what is stressful in our lives.
What's stressful in our life?
You don't have to tell us.
Everybody can think about what it is that stresses them. It could be something physical. I have a headache. I get a lot of headaches, or I get a lower back pain, or I'm always anxious, or I get angry, or I get frightened, or whatever that is.
Okay.
So we're going to start with one hand gently karate chopping into the palm of our other hand. That's right. So, and then repeat after me. Even though I feel. And you can mentally, if you're embarrassed, you can mentally say what's going on. I'll make an example. Even though I feel anxious all the time.
I have a lot of hair on my head.
No,
that's the second part of the thing.
Hey, take it easy. Come on, Swam. Keep going, buddy.
So even though I feel very anxious, I fully love and accept myself.
Even though I feel very anxious, I fully love and accept myself.
Yeah, sure you do.
Great. And we'll say that 2 more times. Even though I feel very anxious.
I feel very anxious.
I fully love and accept myself.
I fully love and accept myself.
And even though
I feel very
anxious and
depressed.
I fully love and accept myself.
I fully love and accept myself.
Great. Now you're going to go to the top of your head, the soft spot, and tap there 10 times and say, I am calm, cool, and collected.
I am calm, cool, and collected.
And rich.
Well, there you go. And then just to the outside, just to the tip of the eyebrow, the front tip by the nose, you tap over there. You say, I see myself calm and happy in all situations.
I see myself calm and happy in all situations.
Okay, and then on the outside bone of the eye, that's right there. You tap there and say, I sense peace and calm even in the most stressful of situations.
I sense peace and calm even in the most stressful situations.
Great. And on your cheekbone under your eye, very good. And tap there 10 times and we say, I feel my heart is calm even in the most anxious situations.
I feel my heart is calm even in the most anxious situations.
Great. And now tap under your nose above your lip. I speak cool and calm and collected even when life is tense.
I speak cool and calm and collected even when life is tense.
Great. And now tap under your lower lip above your chin. My mind is always happy and positive in all situations.
My mind is always happy and
positive in all situations.
And then under your collarbone, right in the middle, you tap there on either side of your collarbone, right? My mind, body, heart, and soul are in harmony and peace.
My mind, body, heart, and soul are in harmony and peace.
Excellent. Last one is right between the ring and middle finger on the back of your hand. That's it right there. I've got a handle on this situation.
I've got a handle on this situation.
All right. Rub your hands together. Clap your hands. Right. Rub your face and ears. All right. And now just think of that stressful situation and tell me if it brings up the same degree of stress that you felt before.
No.
It's funny you should say that. What you just did, I have a very dear friend of ours named Carl Grasso. He's a billionaire. We love him. He did the same thing, and then the last thing he did, he took out his wallet and went like this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I feel good. He rubbed his wallet. What do you meant by Swami, you're the best, buddy. We love you.
All right.
And these things only take a few moments out of your day.
That's it. And so if you're studying and you start to get a panic attack,
right.
If you're headed in for an interview with your boss, if you're the boss and you have to make a big decision, tap it out. You're the boss. Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You're right. I hate to say that. I'm not talking about you, sweetheart. I was at a place where I had to go to anger management. I went to anger management. And this is a God's honest truth. As I want to swear on my mother. Thai people are funny. If you put their hand on the Bible, they will lie. They will lie, Swami. But if you say swear on your mother, They will tell you the truth because they think something bad's going to happen to their mother. I went to anger management. I passed #1 in my class. That afternoon, I got in a beef with a guy. I split his nose right off. Bang, I hit him right there. So I should have tapped. I tapped him in the wrong way. You know, I'm trying to say
That's it.
But the question is, and you're right, is to have that peace of mind where you can do that, where, you know, it's like when people get in an argument, where you can take a deep breath, you know, and many times, me being Italian, Sandy will tell you, I would like scream and yell, where as time goes on, I have learned to just calm myself down, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And be very nice, and then walk outside and put my fist through a window. You know,
you know, but also, I've learned that even once you've decided to make some changes in your habits, sometimes you take a step forward and you end up taking 2 steps back. You take another step forward, you take 2 steps. You know, so it takes consistency and doing these things and incorporating these things into your life on a daily basis.
It is.
And the
is.
more
If you're eating healthier, there's research that shows when you eat healthier foods, your mind is in a more positive place. And if you
start
just have the intention to have
and you
a
start
better life,
desiring those foods more too, and that kind of lifestyle.
When Sandy and I have aggravation, we put on our song, The Alley Cat. And it's a great song. It says, you put your left foot in, your left foot out, your left foot in, and you wiggle all around. You do the hokey pokey. I'm telling you something, it works. We look stupid in the house doing that, but it works.
What were you going to say, Swami? I cut you off. Sorry.
I don't remember.
I know.
Laughter is one of the best medicines. It really is true.
Yeah, I have to tell you.
Doing anything that makes you happy. Do you know that the research has shown if you force a smile, no matter how bad you feel, if you just force a smile, you start secreting the happy hormones in your brain.
Yes, that's right.
So you can fake it till
and
you
they say it takes a lot less muscles to smile than it does to frown. Isn't that weird?
Right.
Swami, I got to ask you a question. Did you coming on? First of all, we are very honored that you graced Sandy and I's radio show. Sandy
this is fun. You guys are great.
You know, and we always try, through my antics, you know, it's amazing, to try to make people feel very comfortable coming on the show. Because many times with a radio show that's out there, it's like watching paint dry. You know what I mean? It's boring. People shut you off. They don't want to hear what you got to say. But this particular show, you know, and one thing about Sandy, and I said this so many times, it's like the chariot race on Ben-Hur. I'll take the show this way, and Sandy will bring it right back, and I'll take it here. She goes right back. But we're so glad that you feel comfortable. You know, I feel kind of stupid. I'm talking to a camera. I can't see him. I see a little thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm glad. Now, where are you calling from?
Right now, I'm in New Jersey. I'm traveling, and I happen to be in New Jersey right now.
Is it snowing?
We did have a little snow this morning. It's turned to rain, though.
Really? Yeah. Well, it's cold in Las Vegas. I'm telling you right now, Swam, you better get your coat on. Because,
you know, Jersey is Michael's hometown.
Yes. What part of Jersey?
Right now, it's Ramsey.
Oh, Ramsey, Ramblin' Rose. I don't know why I said that. Well, I was born in South Philadelphia, but, you know, my other home was Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And that was my stopping grounds. And my heart's really broke because I've heard that the casinos are closing down. And what happened is, like, you know, Philadelphia got gaming. Everybody's got gaming. Years ago when I came to Vegas, everything was, swinging. But it's a little it's changed now because everybody's got gaming. And they say, listen, what do I need to go out of my state for? I might as well stay where I'm at and have a great time, you know.
So, Swami, where can people find out about your books?
Yes.
You can get this book on Amazon as a book, a printed book, or an ebook. And I know the students prefer ebooks these days, and it's available that way too.
And also, you have some free things that you offer on your website, some little free stress releasers.
I do. You can go to my website and actually watch this tapping process, although they can watch this on your YouTube now. Most radio interviews, I have to tell them, go to my show because you can't see what I'm doing.
Right.
So you can just keep watching this YouTube and until you understand where to tap.
Yeah.
I also have, if you go to my website, it'll be a free report, how to melt stress in 60 seconds or less.
Yeah.
So, and that's, you know, there's so many myths that we have that we have to hold on to these stresses. We have to be tough. We have to be, things can't be good. We feel embarrassed to be happy. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. Life is meant to be, these days more than ever, we can have a really good life, eat healthy, help ourselves, be happy, smile to others, have a good life.
And why do they call you the hip guru?
Because I take myself not too seriously. I try to relate to people as who they are. A lot of people, when they think of who a Swami is, think, oh, this very stoic and person who sits on a mountaintop and doesn't talk, and that's an okay thing, but nobody has the time or energy to go up to the mountain to talk to that person. So I've come back into the world and try to make it fun and relatable, and realize that spirituality, your peace of mind, holistic health, wellness, all of that is a part of the natural life, and you can incorporate it where you live today.
And what about the Ayurvedic products? I have a soap. Are you familiar with Chandrika soap?
Oh, that's sandalwood. Yeah,
I know.
That's wonderful.
I got that when I went to the where was it? The Realization Center out in Los Angeles, on Sunset Boulevard. And I went into the store, and they had that, and I've been using that since, I don't know, in the 80s. And I love that soap. I go to Whole Foods and get it all the time.
That's right.
And if I don't have that soap, he had to pick up something. Yeah, there is something about it. They said something about if you use this soap, it helps you be who you are, the true self.
Yeah, and that's a sandalwood. I think they have a new scent, but mainly it's always been the sandalwood. And sandalwood is a peaceful scent, and even for students, the smell of sandalwood helps them memorize, and it helps take away stress. And anybody who uses the smells sandalwood, it's a way of reducing your stress. It calms you down, absolutely.
And that's used a lot of times in meditation, too.
Yes. For me, it's ivory. 3 bars for 69 cents, you can't get hurt. You know what I'm trying to say to you? It takes my stress away.
There you go, whatever works.
Well, thank you so much, Swami Tirtha, for being here on Sadie Kastel and Friends Variety Show. We really appreciate you showing up, and it's been such a pleasure. And I want to keep in touch. I know that people can go to your website and keep in touch with you that way.
Right.
Yeah, it's the Hip Guru, HIP Guru GURU.com.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to say something to Swami. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a beautiful holiday season, Christmas, Hanukkah, and a wonderful New Year. And we are honored that you graced your presence with this show, and you can watch it today. And thank you so much. And I'm glad that you wrote down that pizza recipe. You're going to love it, Swami. I'm telling you. I'll send you the bill for that.
And when you come to Las Vegas, let us know so we can prepare some dishes for you. You can come over and have dinner with us.
Another
$500 to Sedona next month, so maybe we'll see you.
Good. Love to see you.
All right. Okay, great. Well, give us a call. Thank you.
Thanks. It was a wonderful time.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Bye, buddy.
Blessings. Joy, joy, joy.
Thank you. Thank you. Joy, joy, joy.
You see what I mean? See what a nice place this is. It's a wonderful. I was watching Brian. Was it Brian? This kid. What's his name? Brian. I was watching.
Wait a minute. Can you hold that thought a minute?
No, I don't want to go to a commercial.
If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
Yeah, baby.
We'll be right back after a quick message from our sponsors.
Hurry up, I got something.
Chef Michael, but where'd he go? He must be on the phone outside in the hallway. Well, anyway, that was Swami Tirtha with us today, and that was really wonderful. The thing of it is we're getting ready to do our TV show. I mean, actually, we're going to be on the air on channels, I think it's 12 and 21. It's you have to look it up. It's my LV TV. And so you have to look it up and make sure which channel it is on, whether you're on Cox or you're on DirecTV or you're on whatever it is. Also, we're going to be on Saturday. That's Thursday mornings at 7:30 a.m. We're going to be on. And then we are going to be preparing that Thanksgiving dinner with Chef Michael and also with Pirko Vesanen. She is preparing a wonderful French apple tart for us, which is amazing. Yes. And so you got to watch that. And then on Saturdays, we're going to have a repeat of the show on another station, which is the Keen TV stations and the Walk TV, which you can get. The Walk TV you can get over, that's regular TV. And then the Prism, the CenturyLink, Prism TV is the other stations that they have. So Keen TV. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to be in lots of different places where people can watch us on TV now. And one of the segments we have is Staying Fit and Fabulous Forever. And, of course, Cooking with Chef Michael. And our interviews with authors and artists from around the world.
Guess what? Next week is Thanksgiving.
It is Thanksgiving.
Ain't that wonderful? Ain't it great, the holidays? And that's why I got my tree up. And,
Your tree? It was my tree.
I bought it.
Well, yeah, but it was in my house.
Wow. Anyway, folks.
But you know what?
Wow.
We brought it over in your car.
Wow. I just heard from the adjuster from my car.
Your van, my van, everybody's
Doesn't
house.
make any
Whatever.
difference. You know, it's together. What's it
You
all
heard
about?
from who? Alfie?
The adjuster for my car. It's been 3 weeks. I said, will
Oh
you
my
please
gosh, you're
fix
still
my
sitting-
car?
yeah.
Thank you. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Anyway,
You're
we're so
Chrysler.
excited.
I know, you poor thing.
So this Thursday or next Thursday, the
what?
show?
This Thursday,
This
7:30 a.m.
Wow, I'm going to be up. Oh, I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning anyway.
I know, that's true.
And then when everybody watches it, naturally you guys could call us, in the morning. And
Then you can call us on the show.
On the show to let
Tell
us know,
how much
hey,
you
Mike,
liked it.
you were funny. I like the way you did that. It was really great. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. We had a couple callers that we didn't get a chance to get through.
I know. Sorry about that,
called,
Steve. I know.
And Joey the Wrench and Frankie Mazzarazzi and the Gambino found. All these people call
It's
me.
kind of hard when we've got somebody calling in, to interrupt them. So we'd like to give them some time.
But we love you,
Yeah.
and we want to wish everybody a great holiday season this season. I am so excited.
Checking his phone
You know
again.
what I mean? I am checking my phone, checking it twice.
Listen. Also, you save that calendar date. December the 13th. Don't forget, we've got that big WEMA event coming up.
That's the
and
big
that's
one.
in Canyon Gate Estates.
Yes.
And we
it's
are
Sandy's
going
birthday.
to. It's my birthday. Yes, we're going to be celebrating my birthday that day. So I'm so excited. We're going to have some wonderful entertainment for you.
$35
Mark
a ticket.
Thompson and the Opera Ensemble is
And
going
the
to be
Dick
there.
Kastel Jazz Quartet.
Yes, Dick Kastel. My dad is going to be there with the jazz
Would
quartet.
you believe he charged this? I
It'll be
couldn't
a lot of
believe it.
fun.
Your own birthday. I said, what a
He
guy.
gave you a discount. Gosh.
Yeah, discount my ass discount. It cost me $500. What are you, nuts?
Such a deal. Such a deal.
Lots of trouble,
Well, anyway. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Give us a call. Give me a call, 702-348-5707 to RSVP
Yes.
if you're going to be attending. So Chef Michael and Truffles and Bacon and Cafe de Cebu know how much food to make. We've only got limited people can come, about 100 people.
Well, I got to go see Jimmy at hair raisers. I got to get my hair dyed. I want to let it go white. You
Can you
keep
get your
saying,
hair dyed?
Why didn't you let me just let it go white?
Honey, you can do whatever you want to do with your hair.
You said I look old. I look old regardless.
I
It
didn't
doesn't
say
make
you
any
looked
difference.
old. I never said that.
Well, John, somebody's. Was that you that said I look old?
No.
I'll knock a guy
It
right
looks
through his
natural.
nose. Where are we
Looks
going tonight?
natural.
We got a couple places
We
tonight.
are going to the Rhythm Kitchen.
Rhythm Kitchen.
Rhythm Kitchen. We are going to check out the Night Kings. They've got a big event over there.
Yeah, baby.
Tons of people are going to be there. Then afterwards, we're going to go over to the Tropicana and watch Peter Anthony win. And they have a contest going on there. It's a hair contest.
Oh, my
And also,
God.
we're going to be celebrating his birthday afterwards.
Is
So
it really?
Should be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, everybody. Anyway,
Yeah.
ladies and Gentiles, monkeys and reptiles, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Oh, yeah. You
So if
better
you're just
watch
tuning
out.
in, be sure to check out our YouTube video this afternoon. John Stiles will be putting it up on the air. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning here on KLAV, Lotus Broadcasting. Have a great day. Bye.
Yeah, I'm rubbing my wallet, Carl. Oh, what a wonderful day like
tapping.
today.
I'm tapping.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Baby, a 50